Okay, so this is Joey and Chandler. It's the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, everybody. It's good to be back. This episode is a little good news, bad news. Bad news is unfortunately, Joey's really busy. He's got a lot going on, and he's not gonna be able to make it today. But it's been a while, so I really wanted to get back out there and do something. The good news for me is someone who was born in the 80s and a lot of formative years growing up in the 90s. One of the things he watched a lot on sitcoms was clip shows. And so I've decided for what me and Joey have done together is to break it apart and do two parts, part one and part two of clip shows of some of what I think are funniest and more memorable moments. So this is going to be what's going to follow after I'm done talking. There's a lot of our highlights and possibly in your mind, lowlights of what we did our first, couple times. All right, so sit back and enjoy.
Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Joey. Hey, by the way, one of my teachers that listens to the program,
yeah,
she said we have like the best opening ever because she liked to. Would you agree we're idiots?
They're definitely educated, idiotic individuals that enjoy just having fun.
Well, Joey and Chandler are, funny guys. One of the first things they say is, have a plan. Have an idea, right? And what do you and I not like to do? Like we like a plan. Yeah, we just like the wing stuff. So this is gonna kind of be interesting,
It's gonna be fun.
My definition of idiot isn't a person that's stupid. It's a person that's smart, but they just do silly or unsmart things.
That's a good one.
They're always just kind of like, I don't think like if you're an idiot, you're just being idiotic. Like you're not really taking. We didn't think a lot of stuff we did.
Just like right now,
like when you jumped in that pile of leaves or whatever.
That was wet from probably when I look back on it now. Yeah. Like probably wasn't all just water.
But when you grab that leaf and you're like, hey, let's see if this is poison ivy, and you just scratch my face with it. I mean, no thought whatsoever in there.
Very impulsive.
Very impulsive. Not a shock.
Possibly like ADHD type thing, like just undiagnosed.
Honestly, I've said that a lot myself for many years. All right, now we talked about being light, silly idiots, right? So let's start. Let's start exchanging some funny stories.
So this is just to kind of get a peek into the mind of our level of immaturity sometimes. And I know you're probably gonna laugh because I didn't tell you about this the other day, I don't believe. But we're in a meeting, and they were talking about texts that we should probably give to the textbooks, like different books, like to build a repertoire of like new teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a book, and it was real simple. It's a real quick read, and it was about 100-something pages, divided up into about 10 sections. It's 150 pages. I don't know what, but essentially it was like each chapter was just like something small you could kind of do to kind of introduce into your staff. Well, to your staff, things that they can kind of implement in their practice. Like one was like, hey, perhaps to get a social media page going and stuff like that. Put your phone, like so everybody's got smartphones. Put your work on email on your phone, so on the go you can check emails. Sometimes. Yeah. And all these things that I'm like.
They put that in a book? I did that years ago.
Yeah, it was like earth shattering. I guess the book was like 5 years old or something like that right now. And I'm kind of like, that's.
You're like, how did you not know that?
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that I was like, this is all basic. Like, you're not telling me anything that I don't already know. But somebody made the comment. They were like, I just imagine this. We give this to the teachers, and it can be right next to their Harry Wong. And exactly.
News story for you. All right, so because I haven't told you this, I did third grade. God, this is probably about 3-4 years ago. So I have nurse passes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when kids, and I've made fun of my kids before. They'll tell me they need a Band-Aid, and I'll be like, I'll look at their finger or their knee. I'm like, why? I don't even see anything. But if they want to go to the nurse, I'm like, give me a nurse pass, right? And then I was being kind of lazy that once. Just go give me a nurse pass and go get a pen off my desk, right? And I'll sign it. I'll fill it out for you. And she did. I signed it, threw the pen back on the table, right? It's early morning. It's right when school started. So we're like, kids are kind of coming in late. We're trying to do unpack, do our morning routine stuff, right? So, and I'm kind of checking the hallway. And at that time, my other 3 third grade classrooms were like, we were like clumped together. So it's really easy to say good morning to all of them and talk to them, right? So I walk out there, walk back in, happen to pick up the pen, It was from an adult video store, right? It wasn't my pen.
The pen.
just so we know, it wasn't my pen, right?
Sure.
But it's from this adult video store, and I pick it up, and I was like, "What the heck?" And so I showed the teachers in the hallway. I was like, "What, this kid brought to school, right?" And I was like, "I just want y'all to know, it's not mine." It's like, yeah, so you know, it's not my pen. When that girl came back from the nurse, I pulled her to the side. I was like, "Hey, I need you to take this pen home and don't bring it back." And she's like, "Why?" And I was just like, I don't know how to address it. But I was just like, we don't need it. We'll just use pencils. Give them like a share out time, right? And so this girl, like I'm going around, what's kind of funny, like the Brady Bunch thing. You're like, okay, it's your turn now, right? You unmute them. What do you want to share, right? On Zoom. And this girl told me she played water pong. She's like, "Oh, my family played water pong." And I was like, "Water pong?" I was like, "What's that?" And her mom was kind of in the background, right? And she's like, "Oh, it's like beer pong, but with no beer. It's just water." And you could hear like her mom was kind of like embarrassed. Let's we're on the carpet, and I'm teaching, and even though from day one I explain to these kids, you have a question, you have something to ask, raise your hand. Don't just interrupt me because I'm kind of in the flow or whatever, right? So this kid just interrupts. You know, they did not raise their hand, and they're like, "There's a tooth on the ground," right? And so they start doing this, like, "Oh, there's a tooth, there's a tooth, there's a tooth," and I was like, "Did anyone lose a tooth? Did anyone lose a tooth?" And no one said anything, and I was just kind of like, "Look, people, look, boys and girls, I think you would know if a tooth fell out of your mouth that you're missing it away." So, but it was like this big ordeal. So I had to go get like it was nobody's tooth. No one claimed the tooth.
So a girl, when I was stepping in middle school, this little girl comes out. I think it was 7th or 8th grade. I don't remember the grade level, but enough to where
They should know
the process of life is happening in these kids. So they're starting puberty at some point. So the girl comes up to me. She's got her backpack on. I need to go to the restroom. I'm like, "You don't need to take your backpack. We're good. Just go ahead and take the password." She proceeds to walk out with a backpack, and I'm like, "Excuse me, come back." She's like, "I'm going to the restroom." "No, I know you got the passport. You can leave the backpack here." Because I'm oblivious.
You're not thinking,
yeah,
woman,
I'm 26, 27 years old.
Like,
I don't even know. Like, I'm not thinking she's got the feminine products in that. And so it's a back and forth. Like, I'm like, this is my call to arms. This is my moment where I'm going to be like,
put my foot down.
Boom, Myers rolls. Like, my first step in becoming the best teacher ever. Leave the backpack here. You can go to the restroom. And she just looks at me, and for like, what felt like a 5 minutes, split second of time, I just need to take my backpack with me. And I just remember in my mind was like, "Oh my God, I screwed up." And I said, "Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Go. We're good." And I probably turned really red in my face because I could feel like the blood boiling, but like of embarrassment, like, shoot, I shouldn't have done that. That was bad. I really hope that nobody else realized that she's probably starting her cycle or whatever it is. And it felt bad. And for like the rest of the day, it was just like when I was like, don't ever ask, never, like it was like almost if I tattooed it on my hand, like, don't ever ask a girl to leave their backpack when they're going to the restroom again. Like, she could have drugs, weapons, a bomb, take it, roll. You're going to commit to that terrorism, roll on. We're good. Take the backpack to the restroom because you're a girl and we're fine. And it was just.
I've only had to deal with that one year, the year I taught 5th grade. Well, I mean, I still in middle school too, but I know, like, I remember the mom was talking to me at the meet the teacher night about her daughter's, like, and so we had like a signal. Because I guess like in 5th grade, if you start in your period in 5th grade, it's
probably early, you know.
We're
not girls.
Yeah, I mean I think that was early for women in general. So we had like a signal. There was I forget what it was, but she would kind of just show something. She didn't give me the middle finger. She was like, "Hey." I was like, "All right, go."
Sounds good. Back to you, kid.
Sorry, Joey, we got to teach reading.
But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like there's somebody's tooth, and anybody missing a tooth? No, we're good. All right, keep it going. This machine's got to keep moving.
Move on.
Well-oiled machine.
All right. Speaking of moving on, let's go ahead and move on to a quick break. All right, then we'll come back and wrap up episode 5. Cool,
Sounds good, sir.
All right, dude.
All right, guys, I want to say welcome back to Choi and Chandler's Happy Hour. Welcome, Chandler.
Welcome, Joey.
All right, now I think we're ready to go.
There's two of us.
Yes.
It's called a duo, right?
Yeah.
We're a comedy duo, if
Yes.
you think about it. I'm going to read what a comedy duo, like, what their textbook definition of the format is.
Okay.
You tell me who you think you are.
I'm Laurel, you're Hardy.
Well, no, it's not like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's not like which person are you, like. It says humor is often derived from an uneven relationship between two partners. We balance off each other, basically, right? Usually the same gender, age, or whatever.
Those are both true.
Yeah, they are. But drastically different in terms of personal or like behavior. Would you agree that we're a little different in our behavior?
Yeah, you're way more immature than I am.
And they said most of the time, one will serve as a foil to the other. One member of the duo is called the straight man, the feed, or the deadwood. They're often portrayed as a reasonable and serious person, while the other one is the funny man, banana man, or comic is portrayed as funny, less educated, and less intelligent or silly, right?
I see. They're
unorthodox. Who would you say you are?
I think that's more like a old school thing, like a Laurel Hardy. Even though there was three of them, the Three Stooges, Abbott Costello. You got Abbott. So Costello was the goofy one.
Look how we're teaching people.
Yeah,
comedy, right?
It's an educational show.
It is an educational show. Well, you don't
see. So obviously, just by that right there, because you don't seem to get it, I guess we've established who's the more intelligent one and who's not there.
Yeah, I figured he would stick with that. I was like, you're the straight guy.
Well, I would hope. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
I also thought you'd go that way. You know what else we didn't talk about is you're a doctor. Dr. Choi Tribbiani, right?
Oh, hey, that even works even better. Look at that. Works even better because he was a fake
Dr. Drake Ramori.
Fake doctor. Doctor of education. So nobody get their feelings hurt. Doctor of education's out there. We're not fake doctors, just a different kind of doctor. Which I have to explain at least once a week to kids at school that I'm a doctor, but not a medical doctor. So if you're dying, I'm not going to be able to help you. I will be able to help you learn a little bit on your way to the next life, though. So
I was thinking when I was like, hey, we need to bring this up that you're a doctor. So let's say you go out to a restaurant with your family, like like Chili's or Outback or whatever, right?
Yeah.
If someone at a table down the road starts like clutching his chest, and then the waiter yells out, "Is anyone here a doctor?" Do you raise your hand?
I'm gonna probably wave that one off.
You're gonna like, I got it. I got this. Man, I repeat myself so much. Like I will sit there and tell the directions. Okay, boys and girls, you're gonna do problems 1, 2, and 3. Put your name on. Well, let's say put your name on it first. I'll hold it up. What's the first thing you do? And they repeat it back. Put your name on it. Second thing, we do questions 1, 2, 3. Like, what's the second thing? And they'll repeat it back. And then the third thing, you turn it in, right? And then I'll say, can somebody repeat what I just said, right? And so a kid will raise their hand, and he or she will say everything I just said. And then I'll be like, does anyone have any questions? No one raises their hands. And then they're like, all right, let's go to it. I'm going to start pulling small groups or whatever, right? And then this one kid will raise their hand and be like, what do I do? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I was still teaching 3rd grade. I had this one student. The very next year, he'd gone to 4th grade, and I went to a gas station and I was buying a 12-pack of beer. It was a Friday, and his mom was a cashier, and I felt kind of awkward. I walked up and I was like, man, I told her, I actually think that's what I said. I was like, man, it's kind of awkward. And she's like, why? And I was like, well, buying beer. And she's like, yeah, but you probably deserve it. All right, so the next thing I was gonna say. And every time I think about this, I always think about you because, man.
Every time you start off sentences like that, though, man, like I feel like there's gonna.
Well, I think about you all the time, man. Did you know that?
Well, no, but I feel as though like when you say that, like it's gonna be like I have this reputation in your mind as if though like I'm just like I'm no longer the crazy party person that I used to be. You
tell me if I'm wrong here. Since we were 30, weren't you always calling us old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you would always throw that phrase out there, and I'd be like, dude, we're not old yet, right?
And now I'm very like hyper vigilant aware. Like people are like, what's wrong with you? Why are you putting the hat? I'm like, dude, I'm not getting a sunburn on my dome anymore. Like I put on the hat. I'm the only thing that's missing for me, like a sunny day at the beach, is the zinc oxide. Is that what it's called? The white stuff that dorks put on their nose.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's missing for me on like a beach.
Well, I was mad at myself because as much as I've been outside all summer, the first sunburn I got, because like, dude, I had long sleeve shirt, had a hat on, right? So nothing was exposed except my knees and all the way to the
Just
ankles.
that.
The top part. I mean,
Which you don't think about really.
nah, because that's not, only the second time in my life I've ever sunburned my legs, and I can tell you, it's not fun. So just remember that.
And now you know.
And knowing is half the battle. Let's try that again. See if we can sync it up. But painting with a twist, right? You gave them your email, and you were getting, what were you getting again? Emails for what?
I get emails for ladies' nights out every once in a while, which irritates me because I'm not a girl. So not that it's bad to go for ladies' nights. It's just I'm not a girl, so I'm not a lady. And then like I remember there was one day, and we got in trouble for this. Like we got punished. They removed me from being her teacher's aide.
Well, you're skipping the story
because. And the whole story is essentially like she left early. She left 10 minutes early.
Yeah, and you were the substitute.
And I was essentially the substitute for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I was the teacher. Like so, she just had me cover the class for 10 minutes.
And then I was on crutches, and us being the responsible 17-year-olds that we were, and you being in charge.
You needed time to get to the.
We're like, hey, let's leave her
lunch.
We're just like, let's avoid the crowds.
So I'm not gonna make it to where the other kids are stuck in class unsupervised by a kid who's 17 years old, and so I let them go early so they could get to their cars too. So we go, and then lo and behold, we got found out.
And amazingly, we were the only ones that got found out for it.
And you know, you fast forward 20, 25 years later as a teacher, and as an administrator, if my teacher was like, hey, I left the kid in charge for the last 10 minutes of class, I don't know what kind of legal ramifications I would have to do as far as write-ups. Like, it was insane.
Probably have to do one of those double takes like on the TV, like, what?
Yeah.
You did what?
And like, then I remember the teacher asking me vividly, hey, you know, I got to go to an appointment. You can want, sure, sounds good. Like as if like she didn't know who I was, and looking at me like this, you're a 17-year-old kid, barely 17, because like I turned 18 after we graduated high school. Like 17-year-old kid, like okay, that sounds good. Let's just like leave you with a group of your peers, as if that's a good choice.
Well, I was talking about
just to avoid.
I was talking about like
hearing songs.
Kids
like,
don't blare, like they're not. You don't hear music blared a lot at your high school, like
they
drive in or something.
No, not really. Like I got great kids in my school, and like they don't. I mean, if they
walk around like a boombox in the 80s.
No, it's not 1985. Yeah. We're not like Dangerous Minds.
And then
the stuff when we talk on the phone, I laughed really hard at work the other day to where they had to check on me because I was in my office when you sent the text about the kid.
Oh yeah.
And the reconnected, naming himself on the Zoom call as reconnecting. I was like, that's totally awesome. I'm gonna try and use that next time I have to do like a Zoom call.
I bet that's probably some smart high school kid. There's no way. There's no way my second grader would figure that out. Maybe fifth grade, middle school, but
that was pretty good because even with the dots, the reconnecting dot. I loved it.
They'd be like.
I just started laughing. And somebody come, hey, are you okay? I was like, it's a funny joke. Don't worry about it.
Speaking, we kind of been talking about this pop culture references, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, you were saying, like, we'll send each other text messages. Like, sometimes we just send each other, like, lines of a movie.
Yeah.
And seeing if the other person can, like, quote it back. And I think we always both laugh when we do it. A few years ago, we called a vice principal then. Now, I think now they're all APs. They're all assistant principals, right?
As much as I would love to tell you one way or another,
it's all about the district.
It's all about the district.
So, but anyway, so for us, they're all APs now. But the guy that we have a new one at this point. But about 4 years ago, we had a staff meeting, and it was something about one of our textbooks, and he was like, you know what, teachers, you can go ahead and just tear that up, right? And it was consumables, right? So he's like, you can just tear it up, throw it away. It was like hardback.
Bad call there, guys.
But when he said that, my first thought was Dead Poet Society, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I really wanted to stand on the table in the cafeteria and yell out, "Captain, my captain!" But I figured people would be like, "What the hell are you doing?" I remember like the first time I got a nosebleed, I was trying to teach, like I was student teaching, and my kids like freaking out. I'm holding my nose, right, and I'm still trying to keep going. And there's blood everywhere.
Ignore the blood.
I was like, yeah.
Ignore the blood.
They're like, Mister. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I got it.
I'm fine.
And then my cooperating teacher, she's like, hey, I'll take over for the next 5-10 minutes. Go fix. I was gonna keep teaching.
You get all that shit and fall over. He's
like
really dedicated to the lesson.
like
that we can also have fun with because you and I are knowing each other so long. Like we're pretty much like on the same level as far as understanding and seeing the things that are funny in certain things. So.
Yeah, we laugh at things that most people are like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
But anyway, so here's some observations, right? And it's mostly for me, right? First thing, I need to talk louder. And that's why we got 2 mics now.
2 mics. We're moving on.
Yeah,
We are on the road to success and fame right now. 2 mics, everybody.
2 mics. But I also noticed, and I don't see it here. There it is. It's like I don't see it in my notes. I want to make sure I cross it off. Don't get confused. When I listen to it, you have what I would call admin voice, and I have like this laid back. Like you sound like you're sitting up at attention. This perfect posture, and you're very like. You very care about your word choice, And I was like, man, you sound serious. And I was like, people don't know this guy. Like, you're a funny guy, but you sound so serious, like on the podcast. No, but another thing that like I noticed when I listened to us, right? Like I said, you sound more serious, more professional. I sound like I'm like lounging in some beanbag chair wearing flip flops or whatever. I'm just like, dude, it's crazy, man, just crazy.
I got Jimmy Buffett over here with it here.
That's because I got longer hair. Just because I have hair.
Yeah.
Another thing I forgot to point out when I was listening to our first few episodes on the podcast. Obviously, it's allergies and stuff related.
Yeah.
But you know how we joked about people thought we smoked weed all the time in high school?
Yes.
If you listen to the podcast, most of the time you're sniffing and I'm coughing. So it's people got
that right now. You pointed that out last time, and I've kind of noticed it.
It's like people got to be thinking like, what are they doing? Like we have like some bong here, which we don't.
At all.
Yeah, but it just sounds funny. It's like
marijuana-based or alcohol.
So I told here's one joke, and actually this was a joke. I tried to play it off as a kid said this, right? So we were doing measurement last year, and the question on this assignment was how high is the desk, right? Like that's how it was worked. How high is the desk? And for some reason, Bob Marley popped in my head, right? And so I messaged the teachers and I was like, hey, the question says, how high is the desk? And I said, and then kids said, higher than Bob Marley. Do I give him 100? Because I was just messing around. And they were like, yes, because that kid is awesome. But I clearly made that up.
I would say, like, honestly, in the grand scope of like TEA and like application of real world life, though, that's a good thing. Like, if a kid was to give you that, I would say that's applying real world knowledge. Like,
with the kid,
encompassing everything.
Would a kid nowadays in 2022 even know who Bob Marley was? We didn't say like Snoop Dogg or.
I don't even know. That's a good question. I don't know if they would know
Bob
Marley.
They probably have a different reference. No, but like we've talked about how you sound like you're so strict, so rigid. That. Your sound, and I sound like I'm just laying down.
I get it.
Hey, we've cut already.
Willis was dead the whole time.
You go back and tell everyone all the plots to movies.
Sorry, that's a spoiler. Don't watch.
If you haven't seen Sixth Sense by now, it came out like 20 years ago.
Spoiler.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm a procrastinator. Right? I'm a pro at procrastinating. Right? If there was a draft, I think I'd be like a top 10 pick.
Okay.
If there's a Mount Rushmore, I'd be on it. Hall of Fame, first ballot. Right? All that jazz. I'm supposed to. I think we spoke before. The Science of Reading course, right?
Yeah.
Now I am so far behind. Part of it's not my fault though. I mean, most of it is, but part of it isn't. I had teachers that started in June, and I'm like, it's June. I'm not going to be working on something when it's summertime. Like, I'll wait till it's June. But I've been having problems logging in. Another thing we need to add about all our 95 plays, we had 96% audience in North America or the United States. We have 4% in Germany. I still think somebody just was an accident.
Oh, that's right.
But you know, it was cool where we've gone international.
Also, that we have to, hey,
We
you
have
know,
to
raise it up.
cheers.
Little Prost.
Bros, cool. So they, you know, if as a way to broaden the podcast, what if we, what if we get to a point where we're like, let's just go to Germany and broadcast there.
Sitting in like some like town square.
Yeah, and they're like, who are you, David Hasselhoff?
that would be awesome. The campus, and one of the boys was in the car.
Your middle son, what you told me.
Yeah, and I come back and he's laughing, like hard, hysterically.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "What are you laughing?" And I open up the door, and I hear us talking. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm listening to your podcast." And he was like, "It's actually pretty funny."
Yeah, I feel that was our target audience, right? They're like 12 years old.
13.
Yeah. So here's some things that happened to me this week. You know, with students. I had one kid came up to me, and he's a cool kid, right? But he's always got like a lot of his thoughts. If me and you were saying it, people would be like, "Are you high? Are you drunk?" And his kid's only 7 years old. I'm just like, he's talking to me about stuff, and in my head, I'm like, "Where are you getting this from, man?" So anyway, he was like, "Hey, if you're wearing a sweater and you're sweating, are you the sweater?" And I was like, "That's good, man." But I was like, "Are you sure you're not high?" Are you sure you're not high? No, another thing, and then I'll turn it back over to you. When you're talking about the questions they have, I'll be like, "Does anyone have a question?" And someone will raise their hand and be like, "It's my brother's birthday this weekend." And I'm like, "All right, why don't you piss off, Johnny?" I was like, "I don't even know that. That's not a question."
I got to where that's a statement.
Yeah.
Wrong answer.
Authentic.
Are you not wrong answer? Hi.
Authentic, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it did make me laugh though. I'm not saying it wasn't funny. I just was like, I tell the jokes here, man.
That's gonna be the. Is this your fun time super terrific happy hour kid? No, it's not. And that kid, if she doesn't learn that life lesson, is gonna go and be this person that's gonna stand in front of me at HEB right when I'm trying to get through the chip aisle to go get milk or something.
Imagine if she's like 40 years old and just throws herself on the ground.
I do it. Like I think it would be funny. I mean, that would be funny. I'd be like, "Whoa, somebody needs to record it."
You get out your phone. You like put this on TikTok, Twitter, what you know.
But I think we're moving on up like to the east side, even though like I think we're on the west side. But we're moving up to the east side as far as like our sound goes. New mics, sound.
The sound sounded awesome.
Soundboards, that was called soundboards.
These sound walls.
Sound wall. There you go. I knew sound something.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember when I texted you? I was like, you know, I'm doing all the sound and technical things. I'm promoting everything on social media. I was like, what do you do? And I was just messing with you, and you said you were going through stuff, and you really wanted to be like, that's it, man. You're like, you're out of the loop. I'm so tired of all your, oh my gosh, yeah.
Because
and I was like, I was just joking, man. We're done.
There was serious stuff happening at work, is what it was. I wasn't going through like some moment in my life, like like a midlife crisis. I wasn't like trying to buy a motorcycle and like leather chaps or something.
I would also go on to say that we were a classic textbook of like what not to do, I guess.
It's all good. We'll get there.
I know.
We're rookie podcasters.
I think we're more novices now. We're not rookies.
Was novice before rookie?
No.
Rookies after?
Rookies first.
Rookies first? Okay.
Novices means we know something. We don't know a lot. We know a little. I always remembered it, so take that.
We'll see you on the other side, guys.
Yep. Okay, so that ends part one of the clip show of Choey and Janler's, the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. If you want to follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook, you can find us at Choey and Jan. That's CHOEY and JAN. Or tweet us at Choey and Jan. All right, we will be back in the future for more hijinks and hilarity. Especially talking about spring break and everything leading to the end of the school year up until it's summertime. All right, so until next time, peace.